An authentic Austin vibe at the Moody Center. The 8 murals inside the arena were created by local artists. Fabian Ray is an Austin painter, hired to use his knowledge of the city and the university to create local art for the venue.
It makes it real and it makes it more part of the local vibe, and it's pretty important.
No one understands that more than UT's Minister of Culture. McConaughey led a sing-along to help set the mood as the Moody Center prepares to open its doors to the public.
Are you ready to blast the mood? Are you ready to blast the mood? Here it is. Are we ready to blast the mood? It starts right now.
The Moody Center will be welcoming John Mayer for its opening to the public. Make sure if you're in Austin, you swing by the new arena.
It is the 12th-year anniversary of the oil spill that took over the Gulf of Mexico.
And a video of a child being detained by police goes viral. Stay tuned.
nt is more than 125 years in the making. To find new solutions, we create a new point of view. We know what's possible when creativity, originality, and independent thought converge. We're ranked a Tier 1 research university. We're home to excellence the size of Texas. Define your future at UNT and soar to new heights.
Sorry. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, sorry.
Imagine it's ice cream day at the office. And everyone from the day before voted for their favorite flavor. Everyone but you. You decided not to vote. The flavor they picked isn't the one that you wanted. But can you really complain? Shh! Now imagine that with an elected official.
Choose not to vote, choose not to be heard. Get registered today.
The U.S. is preparing to send another $800 million in aid to Ukraine. Details of the aid package have not yet been made public, but could be approved within the coming days. Biden plans to send more artillery to the war-torn country, and this is as Russia ramps up its attacks, specifically ally in the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine. This would be the second aid package approved since the war started. Last week, the White House authorized a separate $800 million aid package for Ukraine, including artillery and anti-artillery radars.
The new mask freedom may be short-lived. The Justice Department says it could appeal a federal judge's ruling that shot down the Biden administration's transportation mask mandate. They're letting the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention decide what happens next. Amy Kiley, CNN reports.
It's over immediately. Congratulations.
Actually, the battle over the federal public transportation mask mandate might not be over yet. The Justice Department says it's deferring to the CDC about appealing a federal judge's ruling that struck down the measure Monday.
Should people continue to wear masks on planes?
That's up to them.
The CDC had wanted the mandate in place until at least May 3rd, while it determined if it was still needed.
It's a horrible time to lift the mandate.
Experts say it's important to remember COVID-19 is still deadly.
Omicron has killed about 150,000 people. In an average year with a seasonal virus like the flu, we lose somewhere between 30 to 50,000 people.
Officials say a new sublineage of BA2 spreads about 25% faster than the original subvariant. Together, they make up almost all new COVID-19 cases in the U.S. Experts also point out people can't always social distance when traveling together.
If someone's not wearing a mask, even if you're wearing a very high-quality mask like this, an N95 mask, they're infected, you have about an hour, hour and 15 minutes of protection.
But people who aren't health experts might be considering other factors.
I feel more protected when people are wearing masks, though the enforcement of it causes a lot of antagonistic situations.
I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more smiles.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Today marks 12 years since the devastating Deepwater Horizon oil rig explosion that leaked over 168 million gallons of oil into the Gulf of Mexico. The Macondo prospect rig, managed by oil company BP, exploded as a result of a defective cement on the well. The disaster is the largest oil spill in history and one of the largest environmental disasters of all time. While it took 87 days for the site to be sealed up, conservationists and environmentalists have been working to reduce the effects ever since. Marine life in affected areas have died at record rates in the years following the spill, and those who lived close to the coast saw higher rates of numerous health issues. In 2016, BP agreed to pay out over $20 billion in fines, the largest corporate settlement in U.S. history. Now, I gotta tell you that these allergies are absolutely killing me right now, and surprisingly, I have to blame the weather changing and not the pollen.
I'm the same way, and I hope we get some better weather this week. Let's go to our weather anchor, Ryan Cantrell, to see what he has for us for the week. Ryan?
Well, guys, we might have some good weather within these next few days. However, we are expecting some storms Sunday. However, let's talk about what we're seeing right now. We got the Apogee camera up at the moment. Mostly cloudy skies. We're seeing some blue sky here and there, but otherwise mostly cloudy. Windy day as well. Windmills blowing in the wind, and that's really all there is to it at the moment. Now, let's talk about temperatures, specifically across North Texas. Mainly mild temperatures, all in those mid-70s. So let's see, we're going to start off. We got Bowie right there at 78, Decatur at 76, Fort Worth right there at 76 as well, Dallas at 74, McKinney at 73, and Sherman at 71. Finally, we are at Paris up there at 68 degrees. Now across the state of Texas, not much of a difference, a little bit warmer down south. Houston is right at 78, Shreveport is actually at 80, and then Oklahoma City is at 76 degrees. Denton's at 75, Austin's at 79, and finally El Paso is way out there at 81 degrees. And now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Uneventful next 3 days, partly cloudy skies with highs mostly in the 90s and 80s. Wednesday's high will be a high of 90, going up to Friday's high of 86 degrees. We're going to start to see some clouds Saturday with Saturday's high of 84 degrees. However, Sunday, we're going to get some storms with a high of 75 degrees and a 90% chance of precipitation. Monday will follow with some rain and a 70% chance of precipitation as well. Now, Tuesday will be pretty uneventful, partly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-70s. Now, that's all I have for my full weather forecast. Thank you for watching, and I'm tossing it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Ryan. A video of an 8-year-old child being detained by police went viral on Tuesday. The bystander who recorded it claims that the child was being arrested over stealing a bag of chips. Kenneth Jackson was the person who recorded the incident and said that he felt his terror and decided to intervene. Jackson said he felt that police didn't handle the situation properly. Jackson also said there's a way that police need to interact with kids, and what they did that day was completely unacceptable. The Syracuse mayor, Ben Walsh, confirmed that the officer knew the child from prior interactions. The officers involved are still on duty. Community residents are raising concern about the child and are waiting to see if any action takes place.
The Crown Act is a bill that will prohibit race-based discrimination in the workplace and in schools across the nation. Hair discrimination is an ongoing issue that many people, students, athletes, and job seekers know all too well.
Made to love my hair in the spaces that I was in. In 2021, Joy Collective partnered with Dove to conduct a study among 1,000 black and white girls, revealing 86% of black teens experienced discrimination based on their hair by age 12.
I don't have hair like everybody else, and I mean everybody else doesn't have the same hair, but growing up in communities where I was around, my white peers, and their hair was a lot straighter and I guess more manageable than mine, it was really hard.
UNT student Kimberly Mondolazzi explains how her brother, who was a football player, wasn't allowed to play because of his hair.
Never was his locks a problem up until he got into middle school and he was playing football, and they said that he could not have his locks.
And the mother of high school student Jacob Rush, who is not allowed to walk at graduation because of his locks, said, quote, "Schools and workplace should keep in mind the importance of diversity and respecting other cultures. Hair discrimination is real and should be abolished."
I've heard many cases where it's like you can't walk in graduation because you have a certain hairstyle, or you can't go to prom, or it seemed more inappropriate to have certain hairstyles, and it's just really ridiculous, and it's really saddening to hear those things.
Senators have drawn up the Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair Act of 2022, or CROWN Act, which will prohibit hair discrimination in the workplace and in schools.
It's a sad realization that as a child, you have to be told to be ready to face discrimination and face backlash because of what you look like.
The CROWN Act passed in the House back in March and is on its way to the Senate. In Texas, Harris County drafted and passed their own version of the bill, and it is one of many locations in the U.S. to either have a version in place or are in the process of creating one. The wireless company Verizon increases the minimum wage to $20 an hour.
And Netflix faces a decline in subscribers. Stay tuned to find out why.
Six. 7. Hey, didn't see you there. Just finished my 100th rep. You ready to train? Yeah! You got your weights? Yeah! You got your energy drink? Of course! You got time to go to the Pole Recreation Center? Yeah, what?
Listen, I didn't even graduate high school. I can't teach for the life of me.
Instead, UNT is offering workout classes at a moderate pace, including yoga, cycling, Pilates, and more.
Don't rely on your dad's old workout videos. Check out the UNT Rec Center today.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, so we have to watch the next one before next class, right?
We do?
I think so, but it's not on Netflix and it's not on Hulu, so...
Man, I don't want to pay for that.
So what do we do?
You think there's a place we could go to get the movie?
I'm not sure, maybe?
Oh, there's a place to get the movie.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, it's right here on campus. Come on, I'll show you.
Congress may take back a big chunk of COVID relief funds that were authorized last year for small businesses. The amount, $2 billion. The money was a part of a larger $10 billion fund that was used to help struggling business owners pay for COVID vaccines, testing, and treatments. Some states say the cut in federal funding could severely limit the amount of aid they are able to provide. Senate Republicans argue that any new funding can be fully offset by repurposing unused COVID relief funds.
Verizon is raising the minimum wage for its employees. The company has announced that they will be raising the minimum wage to $20 an hour for those in customer service, retail, and inside sale positions. Verizon says that other positions not included in the minimum wage spike will see other forms of compensation like sign-on bonuses, and Verizon is the most recent company to raise the minimum wage in a string of pay hikes as many corporations around the U.S. face large labor shortages.
You know, Earth Day is coming up. Do you have any plans?
Well, I don't have any plans yet, but I know that our reporter, Courtney Hill, has some information on an event that is here on campus. Courtney?
Thanks, Jalen and Andrea. Earth Day is coming up on April 22nd, and UNT has found a way to celebrate. Earth Fest is a fun way UNT spreads awareness about the environment and combating pollution. Tomorrow at the Library Mall, there's going to be live entertainment, vendors, and multiple student organizations. The dining hall will be preparing a vegan menu for all to enjoy. Everything is free with the UNT ID, so make sure you come out and enjoy yourself. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Courtney. Netflix stock plummeted in after-hours trading on Tuesday after it reported negative subscriber growth for the first time in over 10 years. The company lost nearly 200,000 subscribers in the first quarter of 2022 and expects to lose another 2 million during the second quarter. The company's shares lost over 37% of their value in just a couple of days. In an effort to counteract the shrinking subscriber count, Netflix plans to add a cheaper subscription option with ads and says they will crack down on password sharing.
Now, if you aren't watching Netflix, you can always catch a game.
For sure. There's always a couple of games going on in DFW you can watch. I'm sure our sports anchor, James Baker, can tell us more. James?
Well, thank you, guys. Things are heating up in the NBA playoffs. The Rangers continue to be the Rangers, and there's a UNT homecoming in April. Stay tuned after the break.
So a man's been walking in the desert for days at a time. He finally comes across a bar and orders a Coke.
That's not funny.
Eh? Eh?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, man. Oh, sorry.
Kennedy, the president of Black Film Club, and what I love about BFC is the atmosphere and the members. The family feel that we have in our club is really genuine. What about you, Bree?
My name is Bree. I'm the vice president of Black Film Club, and what I love about Black Film Club is it's a small but close, like, little family. You know, I feel like a lot of times when you go to a PWI, it's hard to find like a Black community that share the same interests in you. So I'm very blessed and grateful to have, found my family.
What I would say I like about Black Film Club is obviously the environment that it sets for everybody. I love the officers. I've been rocking with basically all of them since day one, since freshman year. We all came in here at the same time, all got involved with Black Film Club at the same time. So it's been a nice community to grow with, and then seeing new members come, seeing them get interested, seeing how they like Black film, teaching them what we can teach them before we leave, and giving them the mantle to take over. It's a blessing.
Things are heating up in the NBA playoffs. Many consider the Phoenix Suns to be almost unstoppable with all-stars such as Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton. But last night, the 8th seed New Orleans Pelicans managed to take them down 125-114, splitting the series currently at 1 game apiece. The Pelicans started the season 1-12, battled through the play-in tournament, and now managed to take a win from the top team in the league. Game 3 is on Friday, however, this time it's in New Orleans. And while the Texas Rangers are continuing to play like the Texas Rangers. Last night, we took another loss, this one to our divisional rival, the Seattle Mariners. This marks the 4th straight game the Rangers have lost, and now they have only won twice in their first 10 games. Hopefully things turn around in the next 152 games. And while we hold out hope for the Rangers, the legend Hope Trotwine makes her return to Denton tonight. Many remember when Hope had the first ever perfect game where she struck out every batter she faced. Since then, she has left the Mean Green to join OU, the best team in the nation. OU is 40-1, and Hope is undefeated herself, posting 11 wins and an ERA of .11. I would like to wish good luck to all of our Mean Green athletes who will be playing, and for Hope, please just take it easy on us. The game is tonight in Denton at Lovelace Stadium. That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, James. Weddings are getting more expensive every year. However, one California couple is vowing to save money by sticking to a budget of just $500. CNN's Janine Moose reports.
It had all the hallmarks of a typical wedding. Feeding each other cake, tossing the bouquet, dancing the night away. But when Kiera and Joel Brokenbrow said I do, they also said I don't want to spend thousands on a wedding.
We kept it under $500.
$500? The average cost for a wedding these days is $28,000. The bride's dress alone can cost a fortune, but not Kiera's.
It's only $47.
Ordered online, it arrived at Kiera's door like an ordinary package.
Boo, do you like it? Dress is check.
And then there was the wedding location beside a highway above L.A.
A wedding venue. How much did that cost?
Oh, that was $0.
And 0 cents.
And 0 cents.
It was a highway overlook with $1 million view. As for the reception, the nearby restaurant lounge.
Guests paid for themselves.
Relatives and friends paid for that cake, those flowers, even the 3-night cruise.
Honeymoon.
My mother.
Kiera is a social media manager. Joel is a high school coach. They didn't want to start their marriage up to their necks in debt.
To join together this man and this woman in holy, say holy with me, holy matrimony.
Holy smoke! All this for $500. No extra charge for those tears of joy. And good thing they weren't charged by the second for that lingering kiss. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Now, that is a great idea. Weddings are so expensive, and saving money would definitely come in handy later on. Now, Jalen, I gotta tell you, I don't think that I would be able to do a wedding on a $500 budget according to my Pinterest board.
Well, it sounds like you have to take some things off.
Absolutely. Now, I'm afraid that I'm gonna have to cut off the flowers because they're just too expensive.
And cut off a couple clothes as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again tomorrow for the latest coverage here on North Texas Television.